Well, we've got bright sunshine at Old Trafford. It is a beautiful September's day, actually, although we've had a lengthy delay, a very unfortunate delay for the people who bought tickets for this first ODI between England and West Indies. The surrounds not particularly dry, according to the umpires, but they feel that conditions are playable now. And here comes Owen Morgan and the England team. West Indies have won the toss here, decided to bat first. We have a 42 overs a side match.
42 overs. It's a shortened game. 50 overs not possible after the delay, but it's more than twice the length of the game they played first up. So they have to spend some time at the crease.
Chris Woakes then will bowl from the James Anderson end. Jimmy Anderson is with us today in the commentary box rather than out in the middle. Rather unenviable task that Woakes has, bowling to Gale at the start of a one-day game. Be very interesting to see how England go. Owen Morgan has started with 3 slips. I fancy that England might bowl quite full and wide at Gale early on and make him come after the ball a bit more than they did at Durham. Evan Lewis, that best of 148, but not much else in ODI cricket. Here's Woakes bowling to Gale. Starts with the ball just snaking past the outside edge.
A lot will depend on the amount of movement that the bowlers get, whether it's through the air or off the pitch. This white ball, you've heard so much about the fact that it doesn't swing as much as the red ball, but we'll see. No swing there, just a matter of pushing it across the body of the left-hander.
Woakes, of course, missed the majority of the Champions Trophy with that very bad side strain. Put him out of the game for the best part of 2.5 months. Oh, down! Root it is at second slip. Perfect start from Woakes, getting the outside edge. Root has put it down.
Yeah, perfect start for the bowler. Not getting the support from the fielders, though. As you said, they're going to be looking at Chris Gale to come and chase those deliveries outside the off stump. Slightly fuller than previous deliveries. Wide of his body. And as we saw, not a great deal of foot movement from Chris Gale, just the bat going at the ball.
Catching which so bedeviled England in that Test series against West Indies, proving to be a problem at the start of this game too. I think 26 catches in all were put down by both teams in that 3-match series, and Root putting down the first one offered in this ODI series.
I think they're a bit close, to be honest. That ball came to him shoulder height. Could well afford to be another pace or 2 back so that it gets to you just about your waist.
Gale was just advancing to Woakes there and nudges it into the leg side for his 1000th run in ODIs against England. Well, it's a good record, isn't it? Averaging over 40. He's got a fabulous record in all forms of the game. It's important not to forget this is a guy with a couple of triple hundreds in Test cricket. Lewis is standing quite deep in his crease. Gets a bumper first up from Woakes to complete the over, 1 for 0.
I think that last ball shows you that there's enough pace and carry in this pitch. Usually do get good pace and carry here at Old Trafford. This was Woakes' first over. Just pushing it across the left-hander. No real movement. Those 2 deliveries were fairly short, and then that one was a lot fuller. That's why he went for the drive. Take a step back, slips.
Well, he was just waiting for the raw, wasn't he, Gale? When he played that shot and edged the ball, he didn't even look backwards. He just continues to look in Woakes' direction. He's waiting for the raw, and instead he just hears a groan, and that's when he looks round. Sees the ball go to ground. David Willey, left arm, fast medium from the Statham end. Anybody may swing the white ball, he might. And does. Looking at England's slip cord, we've already seen Root put one down at second slip. Unusual sighting at first slip. That's Bairstow, of course, without the gloves. Butler back and taking the gloves in ODI cricket. Bairstow straight in at first slip. Just a careful push into the offside. Thinking of Bairstow and Butler. Tried to explain that to somebody who didn't know the history of England's ODI team and Test team, and you said that Bairstow keeps in Test cricket and Butler keeps in one-day cricket. When Bairstow plays, it just seemed very odd. We've started with fine leg up inside the circle, which allows a deep square leg. Hales it is out on the boundary. I think you can do that for Gale. He's not somebody who's going to think the ball over short fine leg. He's not even going to look to play those shots. He looks to play stronger shots in front of the wicket.
Watching David Willey in the warm-ups before the game started, he was getting very close to the stumps and swinging the ball away from the left-hander into the right-hander. The only problem with that, when he was getting that close in the warm-ups, is that his follow-through was taking him straight down the middle of the pitch. I think he recognizes that in the game he can't afford to get as close as he got in the warm-ups, because he's staying just a fraction wider. He's getting reasonably close, but not as close as in the warm-ups.
Just chip, really, because of the softness of the outfield. The ball just plugging. 6 from the over, 7 for none. Shea Hope is back into the ODI team and keeping. Number 3, Marlon Samuels back as well. Oh, it wasn't far away. It's Morgan at backward point. And England going to try and, I think, and throw at Chris Gale's end a lot. He's somebody who doesn't care to run if he doesn't have to. And I think they're going to try and make him run as much as possible.
And that will test him for later on when he's in the field. How fit is he? When Morgan must have thought initially, I have a chance here, but just kept on going away from him, sliding off the face of the bat.
Likes it in that arc. When you just bowl where he can swing the bat through anywhere from a roundabout straight extra cover to wide, mid-on, mid-wicket, there is nobody better or stronger.
Hand-eye coordination is pretty good. Chris Gayle has never been one to have a perfect technique. But as I said earlier on, he has 2 test triple centuries, so that takes some batting. But this form of the game just allows him to use that hand-eye coordination and, of course, the power that he has got.
Oh. Watch out in the crowd. And Joe Root must be thinking, what have I done?
Yeah, you don't want to be dropping someone like Chris Gayle. He is a dangerous customer. That wasn't the length that you'd expect people were driving from. But he hits through the line, and with the ball not swinging, not seaming, just makes things a tad easier for him.
There's the point that some of the commentators, I think, were making up at Durham, and we've talked about in the build-up to this game, to try and keep it out of Gale's arc. How do you do that? Vary your length, for one. You can vary your position on the crease as well. Woakes can come from wider and push the ball wider. He's got quite a bit to play with wide of off stump, where that little line is that gives the umpire a clue as to what will be called a wide or not. You can push it wider and make Gale chase the ball. Shorter this time, and Gale just clubs it away, muscles it really wide of mid-on, and the outfield is slow, but that's hit with enough power. 24 for none.
That's 17 runs off that over. There are hardly any fielders on the onside, and he hasn't got to miggle the ball, Chris Gayle. You can see exactly where on the bat that ball hit. Wasn't in the middle. But he's powerful, and those bats are huge.
Hales is out at deep square leg. Unfortunately for Lewis, he mishit the ball.
He's much better off trying to hit down on that ball and hit it in the mid-wicket region. It wasn't that high, it wasn't a ball shoulder height. He could easily have hit down on it, hit it safely.
Mind you, he swings it away on the leg side and puts it about 3 rows back.
Yeah, you've got to hope it's a miss hit, because once he gets hold of it, it's going. Just a flick. That wasn't a big swing of the bat.
No, you're right. Just a nudge, really, wasn't it? As I said, I think it's a good feel that Morgan has set. He's got Plunkett out there. Any slight mishit doesn't quite connect. He's in trouble. Willie not happy with himself because he's put that right in the slot. There's a massive 6 to end the over, 38 for none. But you compare the length, as Michael Holding said, of that last ball and then the one that had him in a bit of trouble, and you're talking a good 3 or 4 feet difference in length. That is right in the slot, right in his arc, and he's going to punish you.
Yeah, once it's full, unless it's swinging a lot, you don't want to be that full. Swinging and the seaming. There aren't big grounds in this world to maintain him.
It's nicely controlled. Under pressure here, England's bowlers. Wonder whether Morgan will go to spin. That's the other option that he's got, particularly against Gale. Either Root or Moeen Ali. You wouldn't want to go with Adil Rashid, but you're off spinner. Oh, good catch. That was hit very firmly. It's Alex Hales just behind square on the leg side, and the change has worked for Morgan off spinner has brought England's first wicket.
Yeah, Evan Lewis must have thought to himself, short ball, I'll just put this away. I got here quickly as well, but a good catch. Excellent catch. Lewis took some time before he actually left the crease. He thought that he had runs. No, he was dismissed. He goes for 11. It's 45 for 1.
First wicket down for West Indies. We're in the 6th over. They're 45 for 1 with Gale doing most of the damage so far. 33 from 19. Evan Lewis has just gone, caught by Alex Hales off the bowling of Moeen Ali for 11. And Shea Hope, who made such an impression in that Test series with those magnificent twin hundreds at Headingley in the Test match that West Indies won, comes in at number 3. He's wicket keeping in this game as well, multi-talented. Shea Hope is off the mark and will keep the strike, and that won't disappoint Morgan or his bowlers. 46 for 1 off 6. That's the wicket of Evan Lewis. He could have put it anywhere really. He'd be disappointed that he could have hit it down, he could have hit it up, but what he did do was hit it about head height, catchable height. It was a very good snare from Alex Hales, moving smartly to his right. But Lewis will feel that he ought to have done a little bit better with that half tracker.
Walks again. Off the pad.
I reckon so. Well, it just didn't seem to carry, did it? It just died. Which makes you think it's probably just straightened and flicked the back leg pad. Pad.
Oh, now then. Now then. Oh, hit the stumps. He's not bothered, Chris Gale. Oh, wayward throw. He just gave that up. And he's stretching. Just heard him say there, I think I've pulled a hamstring.
They'd just gone. It was an easy single, but a little hesitation, and then sure he said to the umpire, I've pulled my hamstring. Well, watch this couple of deliveries and we'll know.
He dragged himself down to the striker's end, Chris Gale.
But I'm not sure he really deals in quick singles, but anyway, no, it's not really the way he plays this game. Stand and deliver.
That's a length ball to mid-off. Extra cover. Chance. Oh, what a catch, Joe Root. Redemption for Root. Put him down earlier, just moved out to extra cover. Got everybody out of the way. What a catch.
He'll be a relieved man. But this is an excellent catch. That's up there a long time. White ball, the blue clouds, blue sky rather, the white clouds. Very easy to lose it. Chris Gale's probably thinking I'll just get a couple here, an easy couple. Joe judges this magnificently. Terrific catch. That really is top draw. Dropped the easy one, caught the hard one. Chris Gale's got to go though. He's gone for 37. It's 53 for 2.
Marlon Samuels in at number 4. Terrific catch from Joe Root. And he'd just been moved from slip into that extra cover position, right at the edge of the circle. Had a real swipe at it, Chris Gale. Fabulous catch. 2 slips again. Hope on strike. .53 for 2. Power play has finished here. Chris Gale put down by Joe Root, and then he got to work. Some huge shots, as you'd expect. The ball of length, he will oblige. That's a biggie. Change of ball at Moeen Ali into the attack. Got rid of Lewis. And then a wonderful catch from Joe Root. It's great ground. Flashing past the outside edge. Willie into his 4th over. That scramble seam.
Yep. And a miss.
Oh, this will run away for 4. There is a slip in, but it's about 4th slip.
Well, straight along the ground, I think. Look at bottom edge. Aiming for extra cover. All along the ground. Bottom edge.
17 one-day internationals for Shea Hope. Double figures in every one. Only Michael Bevan has had a better start than that with 19. Rashid to continue, 63 for 2. Ian Ward, and a big welcome to Jimmy Anderson.
Thanks, Bumble. Yeah, welcome to commentary, Jimmy.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Good to have you. And good from England to drag this back after early fireworks from Chris Gale. Heaved away leg side. Slow outfield, and it's slowed up, but it's gone for 4. You've locked horns with Shea Hope. Very good player.
He is, yeah. I was actually a bit surprised the way he played in the Test series. I thought he was fantastic. You know, their best player comfortably, I thought. Got man of the series in that Test series. He's taken his time to get going here, but he looks like he's in good touch. Kept that good form going from the Test series.
Romani went into that Test series with such a modest record. When you see him back now, he seems to know his own game extremely well and the method he wants to work with. Fairly organised, you would say.
Yeah, I think you know, as I think he sees himself as their best player, and in a similar way to Joe Root, how he bats in the England setup, sees himself as that glue to hold the team together.
Just a little bit of turn from Adil Rashid. Hasn't got a slip in place. The catcher is Stokes, who's short on the offside on the drive. Little bit of turn and some bounce. .67 for 2, 13 gone. Glorious in these parts, isn't it? Always, sun's always shining in Manchester over Old Trafford and the James Anderson end.
Always, yeah. Especially this time of the year. Obviously frustrating start with the sun being out, the wet outfield causing a delay, but thankfully we've players underway and hoping for a good afternoon. Great to see such a big crowd in as well for a Tuesday in September.
Might not be eating ice creams later on this evening on the conclusion of the game. Pleasant enough at the moment. Aerial for a moment from Marlon Samuels. He'll come back comfortably for a couple. When will Owen Morgan unleash Ben Stokes on Marlon Samuels, do you think, with the ball?
I can't see it being very long. David Willey's having some success here, though. I think he's just rolling his fingers over a few here. We've seen a bit of spin. Moeen Ali bowling quite quick earlier, bowling about 60 miles an hour, was getting a little bit of purchase. Adil Rashid as well. And we've seen Chris Wilkes firstly to Gale. Now David Willey here, just rolling his fingers over a few.
When someone like Gale is coming at you as he was to Chris Wokes, what are you thinking of as a bowler, and what are the options that Chris could go to?
Well, I think Chris Wokes did exactly the right thing. He took pace off the ball. When there's not much movement through the air or off the pitch, then you're looking for that. You're looking for something to unsettle him. If you're bowling the same ball all the time, you can get into a rhythm and clear the ropes, as we saw. But just check those subtle changes of pace make it quite difficult for him.
Shot for none. Got to be mentally strong, I guess, when someone like Gale or David Warner or something is coming at you.
Yeah, you've got to back yourself. I think you trust your ability. Keep trying to bowl your best ball, trying to take the right options, get your field set right, and you've got to try and make them hit where they don't want to be hitting, and to your field, basically.
A bad line or length to Marlon Samuels. Likes to open up the offside. Saw Liam Plunkett in that T20 International angle the ball back in at him from over the wicket. Really a different angle with his left arm, but still cramping him. Fuller delivery, trying to get Samuels driving for that man at short extra cover.
Yeah, you can see that's the change of pace there, 71 miles an hour after a short ball as well. I quite like this field. It gives you options. You've got the 2 men out on the leg side for the short ball. You've got extra cover in tight for the catch, and the man at gully for a rundown as well. So he's got all bases covered with this field, I think.
Gets out of the over with a single, does David Willey. 70 for 2. Fifth delivery of that over was the change of pace with the man at short extra cover after the short ball. It's a knuckleball, really, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's something that's become very popular. Certainly this year, I've tried to develop that into my game. I saw a couple of guys in the Big Bash using it. It's become very popular in 2020 cricket, and I think players around the world are trying to add it into their armoury.
Oh dear, that's a little bit sloppy.
I think it's a good option to bring him on now as well. That bit of extra pace, especially with Samuels at the crease, potentially going a bit short of him, a really good option.
What a shot. Fantastic from Shai Hope. Picked the length so quickly.
It's another reason why he's very difficult to bowl at, because anything slightly short. This isn't a bouncer by any stretch, just above waist height, but onto it very quickly and hits it well in front of square.
Whipped away again. Bairstow is quick, but he's not going to cut that off. That's a lovely shot from Shai Hope.
Just getting his length slightly wrong again to Hope. I think Hope, you've got to be trying to hit the top of the stumps. It's not overly short, but just latches onto it so quickly, plays it so well.
Pick the length quickly. He trusts the pitch. It's a good pitch despite all the rain. Perhaps got his lengths the wrong way around. He should be a bit shorter perhaps to Marlon Samuels. This will be quick. Ali. Oh no, Shai Hope's quick too.
Yeah, I'd say lengths of he has got the lengths wrong here. Samuels, he's bowled quite full too. Hope he's dropped a bit short. Very quick between the wickets, though. Not really a chance of a run out there.
Has been good going from Ben Stokes. Just 5 runs coming off his bowling so far. He's into his 3rd over.
Someone out there, it should be caught. It is.
What a brilliant catch from Johnny Bairstow. Hope will feel really unlucky. He's absolutely nailed that. Stokes deserved this wicket. Wasn't his greatest delivery. Picked up, hit crisply, and Bairstow has jumped, timed his leap perfectly, and taken a really good catch. Red-haired combination of Bairstow and Stokes, the undoing of Hope. 35, and it's 103 for 3.
3 wickets down, and the new batsman for the West Indies, Jason Mohammed. On strike immediately. It's a long way out there to the catch that Johnny Bairstow took, but the batsman did not cross. And the slip in place.
Shows you can get wickets by just building pressure. 12 runs in 5 overs without a wicket, and Hope thought he had to do something a little bit more expansive. He timed it beautifully, too well almost. Johnny Bairstow timed his jump perfectly. That is a really good grab.
Going to be a wide. Yeah, Tim Robinson's eagle-eyed, realizes this has just gone past that white line that gives the umpires a clear view as to what should be given a wide or not. Yeah, is there a tickle down the leg side? Butler and Stokes were convinced, but Robinson has signalled a wide. He doesn't think it's hit anything. Morgan does. Reviews. England thinks just tickle the glove.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So that's clearly hit the bat. The spike is going past. Yep.
Well, clear enough from the third umpire that Ultra Edge showed the tickle. England were convinced that square leg. I think it was Joe Root who was absolutely convinced. So it's the right call from Morgan to review. Great delight for Stokes to get rid of Marlon Samuels. Well, after a bright start, the West Indies have just got themselves into a bit of a hole here. 107 for 4, 25 overs into this reduced 42 over game, and Rovman Powell replacing Marlon Samuels. So 2 new batsmen in at the crease. Good time to bowl. England looked convinced, Jimmy.
Yeah, for me it was Joe Root's reaction at square leg that gave it away. That there's obviously a noise there, and that's where the communication comes in from the keeper. Was it near his thigh pad potentially? The noise came from, but you can see there. I think it's just flicked the bottom finger on his bottom hand.
I wanted to ask you about, I know Joe Root's not the captain here in ODIs, and so in Morgan who's calling the review, but throughout the summer Joe seemed to become better with the use of DRS, or at least calmer. Initially in the first couple of games he seemed to dive in with reviews and then took a little bit more time.
Yeah, well, I think it's trying to get a system, to be honest, because at the start of the summer he had everyone shouting at him and he didn't, he was sort of didn't really know what to do and was like a rabbit in the headlights. So it's trying to get a system in place where you want information from your keeper, your bowler, potentially like in that situation there where square leg had a great view of it, would know if it's hit the glove or there was a noise there, and you need to try and take that information on. You've got 15 seconds to do it, which can be difficult.
And Cook was excellent at that by obviously the end. He's a pretty experienced captain. And it's such an important part of captaincy now. People like me who played long before DRS, you wouldn't think of it really. You'd think of the tactical requirements and man management, but DRS is so critical now because there's a big effect on the game. 107 for 4. said people are at him all the time, Broad being the worst, presumably.
Yeah, I mean, it can be. I mean, it's from a bowler's point of view, it can be difficult, because if you're in the middle of a spell, you've worked really hard, you're not got a wicket, and then there's that sort of half chance, an LB that might be hitting, you want to have a look at it. There's that's something inside you as a bowler that you just want to have a look at it. So you'll always say yes. So then it's down to the captain and potentially the keeper and maybe a slip to try and figure it out. The other thing is you've got to you have, as a bowler, you have to be as honest as you possibly can be as well, because you can't obviously have everyone going, well, I think that's close, so we better have a look at it. But it's just trying to be as analytical as possible in that short space of time.
Yeah, and is a short space of time. What is it, 12 seconds or 15 seconds? Only one into the outfield where Bairstow fields, 113 for 4. He might just be the topic of the next third man.
Because of what you said, we've dug out that one from Josh Buttler in the Indian series. Remind you what Bairstow did a little earlier. Keepers in the field. This is absolutely brilliant. Travelling across the ground, big jump. Ben Stokes is delighted. Fabulous athleticism from Bairstow, as it was from Josh Buttler at backward point. Dives, picks it up, one-handed, hits the stumps direct. The two best fielders, you would say, in the team are the wicket keepers.
Ben Stokes might have something to say about that. And indeed the man to my left, maybe. That was brilliant from Butler in Mumbai.
After that, I think we need to find someone else to keep, and these two can go in the outfield.
Well, I mean, England has always been blessed, hasn't it? With great keepers down there. As I said, the keepers have slightly changed in the body shape, but now you could call on Billings as well, who's another one. Keeper, batsman, brilliant in the outfield as well when he's in the outfield. Two of the best are just about to retire. Chris Reed has finished, I think. He's had his last game at Trent Bridge, was given a standing ovation the other day as ball goes high into the air and should be taken. No, down it goes. Wokes, who's normally a very, very safe pair of hands, just couldn't quite cling on.
Looked like he didn't quite pick it up to start with. There's a bit of hesitation and he's got too much ground to make up in the end. Didn't quite get there.
I think you're right, it's a misjudgment because it's not as though he's herring in at full pelt.
Yeah, it's just that those high ones, you've got to pick them up so early and make the ground as quickly as you possibly can, which you didn't do there. But he's another one. He's a fantastic outfielder, is Chris Wokes. Great pair of hands. He would have expected to have taken that.
We keep saying all these fielders are great fielders, great hands. 26 catches that went down in the 3-match Test series against West Indies. I mean, both sides dropping them. I think England dropped 16. Why suddenly this spate of drop catches?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Nicely hit over mid-on. Ball will plug again. Should just trickle into the fence. I mean, it is the one thing that Bayliss seems to hammer on. And yeah, all these catches going down.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of catches that went down were in the slips, which is a difficult place to field. With a red ball in England as well can be very difficult. But I mean, 16 from our point of view is way too many. And I think it's something that we'll probably focus on in the winter, because you can't go to Australia and expect to win an Ashes series dropping 16 catches.
You had a spell in there, but got yourself out of there when you had a spate of drop catches yourself, didn't it? It's more difficult for a bowler, I guess.
Yeah, it was more, I think, trying to get a settled cordon, to be honest. You want, because obviously you've got to try and get the spacing right between the slips, knowing how far the guy to the opposite side is going to be able to dive and the ground he can cover. So it's just, I think the more people field in slip and practice together, the better awareness they've got of that space around
I
them.
suppose that's been one of the issues, because the personnel within the team has changed a bit in terms of the batting spaces. So Jennings did it for a bit, didn't he? Moeen Ali, and then went in there for a bit. Wesley now finds himself in there. We've got to settle keeper, first slip, second slip, but wider of that has been a bit of change of personnel. Gonna have to hurry. Ooh, very tight. 123 for 4. You a fan of the way they've turned the pitch around here? When I walk out in the middle, it's very difficult to imagine having played at this ground. Very nicely played. Just a jab, really. Didn't follow through. Just a check drive, but a check drive that's gone straight for 6.
That is a fantastic shot. Just use the pace that's on the ball. Just checked his shot beautifully. 87 miles an hour, I think that was. There's plenty of pace on the ball, and he's just used that and timed it.
Oh, edge fine and for 4. Well, you tell me, how much homework does go on?
Well, I mean, something that stands out like that, I would imagine that the team would be aware of that. We've got analysts that work very, very hard at kind of find out useful pieces of information that we can use. And that to me is one. You know, if the captain isn't aware of that's something that he should be aware of.
That'll help. Heaved away into the deep. Hales can do nothing about it. Fancy that's gone all the way for 6.
Let's certainly right from here. Go, it's the fielder. He'll tell you what happened. 6. Not easy. Umpire's looking into the sun over there. Hales had no problem. So it's the country boy coming out of me.
I was just leaving that, chuckling away to myself. Oh, heave leg side. Hales is in business. Good catch. Steadied himself well, had to work out where the rope was, made it look very easy in the end.
Yeah, and that was what the secret, wasn't it? He knew the ball had gone high, he had his position, he was happy where he was, just wanted to check where his feet are, how much room he's got. She did a turn there, toe of the bat, now he's worried. Hales steadies himself. Wow. He'll tell you it was always under control. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, wanted to pop out, but he clung on. So Jason Mohammed has made 18 from 27. West Indies 5 down for 149. So Jason Holder, West Indies captain, is the new batsman with his side in a little bit of bother. Need to get a move on.
Well, wicket, just a single from that over, 150 for 5.
Push through, not really a big turn in leg. He just sounded wrong off the bat, somewhere near the toe end, as you were suggesting, Beefy. Alex Hales was relieved to look down and see the ball was still in his hand. Current run rate, though, wouldn't get West Indies past 200. Not a big fan of those windmills.
Would you want one of those in your backyard?
I know your backyard's enormous, but chip down the ground, should be out, is out. West Indies falling away. David Willey takes the catch. Chris Wokes has his second wicket, 150 for 6.
I'm not sure this is where Powell tried to hit this. I think he was trying to work it into the mid-wicket area. Just late on it. Simplest of chances. Willie makes no mistake. Powell has to go. 23 from 28. 150 for 6. Ashley Nurse is captain out there. Both batsmen yet to score. position from the England point of view. Run range dropped well away now, 4.5 runs.
Sillings has followed a similar pattern to the one we saw in Durham in the T20 International. Off to a very good start, West Indies, and then England kept chipping away.
Where do you think he's trying to hit this, Woody?
I think he's just trying to flip it over mid-wicket. Now, whether the ball stayed in the pitch a bit, it wasn't a change-up, it wasn't a slower ball, it was about 83, 84 miles an hour. Just perhaps threw the shot a little early. Outside edge past the slip that's been in place. No chance of a catch, but 4.
Genuine outside edge.
Shane Warne always talks about using the crease as a spinner. It's the same to the seamers. I mentioned Jimmy Anderson. Mark Wood's another one who does go wide of the crease, but he tends to leap at the last minute. It's a bit more subtle with Woakes. But the start given to West Indies, particularly by Chris Gale, was impressive, and since then England have chipped away and held them back.
England then bossing the game. Rashid to start his final over, 1 for 29 from 8. Changing the commentary box. David Lloyd's with Nasser Hussain.
Thanks, Ian. Chipped in the air, but over mid-wicket. Should only be a single. England done very well in an odd innings from the West Indies, either block or slog, and not a lot in between. Not being busy. Old-fashioned batting performance. Seen it in the last few overs. Block, 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 big shot. No little paddle sweeps, no manoeuvring the field, no reverse sweeps, nothing unorthodox at all.
T20 cricket is big shots. This isn't. You can knock this around. There are so many overs, even a restricted game. Find the gaps, run 2s.
Yeah, there we go. Block, 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 and then the big shot. Straight to long off. If an over summed up how West Indies have batted today, this has been it. Not a lot in between, and England have just been given catching practice.
Yeah, it's another one on cue here. Flighted delivery outside off stump, and Nurse, he's looking to go more extra cover. Joe Root is at long off, makes good ground away to his left. It's a big boundary down there, and Root makes no mistake. Nurse has gone for 1, it's 160 for 7.
Devendra Bishu comes in at number 9. He won't be on strike. The batsman crossed. Very impressive from Adil Rashid again in white ball cricket. He's been excellent since that last World Cup. Him and Plunkett in the middle overs are wicket takers. And he is done for the day. 9 overs, 2 for 31. Very impressive. 161 for 7.
Another excellent spell from Rashid. Rolled his leg spinners nicely. This is the 2nd wicket. And Joe Root is down at long off. It's a big boundary. Crowd happy.
Just the 9 overs for him today, because obviously the game was reduced to 42 overs. For 31, very impressive. Too many dot balls from the West Indies. 60% of the deliveries today have been dot balls. 133 dot balls in all. Another big shot, this time over the slips, and it goes away for 4.
Not much idea where that had gone, Holder. It's a top edge, and third man is quite square. It's Rashid down there. He's looking over mid-off. Where's that gone?
From the previous delivery, because Holder had given himself room, Stokes tried to follow him. This time he didn't move.
Oh, allotments, yeah. Get your autumn potatoes in now, ready for Christmas. One or two neglected there.
What the sort of things they'll be getting up to at this time of year?
I suppose cleaning and tidying up, and is that winter lettuce sort of thing? Potatoes, definitely. Cabbage. Underrated brassica. Cabbage.
Towards long on. Will it get to long on? No.
Got to use these overs up. 42 overs aside, it's reduced. Carry on at this rate. Score 187. Run rate has dropped, really dropped. 4.45.
Look at that. All the batsmen, top order batsmen, getting in, using up deliveries, getting out.
5 matches. Next one in 2 days' time down at Trent Bridge.
Bishu was night watchman in the Test series. It's his area, down through that gully slip area. Tries to open it up. Mentioned that they've had around about 60% in dot balls. It's been a problem for the West Indies. That's why they're 9th in the rankings. High dot ball percentage. The low boundary percentage is not a good combination. All eyes on Jason Holder. Bishy, I'm not sure, hits a big ball, to be honest. He looks like a nudger and nerdler. If someone is going to get him up to 200, it's going to have to be Holder. It's a really good start from Plunkett. A dipping Yorker, slower ball.
Looked as if he had a side strain in the T20 game up at Durham. He looks a fit lad. A good build. Off cutter, Yorker.
He's like you, Bumble. He's in the gym all the time. If we're away from home, we pop into the gym. And Plunkett's in there lifting weights. That's why he gets those shoulders.
I reckon that's another slowy.
Yeah, it's a good one because it just dips at the last second. So you think it's a low full toss, very hittable. Just gets underneath you. Oh, good take, good stop. Josh Buttler.
Jason Holder just looking to get away to the leg side, and Plunkett follows him. Excellent from Butler.
Drag leg side. There is a man out there, 2 men out there. Holder wants 2. His long legs get him home.
Need a big show here from Jason Holder. He's got 19 from 21, captain of the team. Only got 3 wickets to play with.
just opens the face. High risk shot for one. It's a modern shot when they try and get it up over the keeper.
I think that's the way he's going to play, just little glances. Sharp ball from Liam Plunkett, 85 miles an hour. He's varied his pace.
Well, he's got 3 runs and all have been down towards gully or over gully on that occasion. England could try and get another man in there in the gully region for Bishu, keep him on strike. Another slower ball. Holder might settle on 1 here. Now he comes back for 2. Willing to give Bishu the strike. 39 overs gone, 178 for 7. Because of the 2-hour delay this morning due to a wet outfield, it's a 42 over game, so just 3 overs left. What can they get up to? 10 and over gets them to 208. Jason Holder will snap your hand off if you offer him that with just 3 wickets left. Wondering if they can get a gully from a mid-wicket for Bishu just to stop that dab and that run down. Done again, Joss Buttler.
Yeah, his leg buys is this, just off the pad. Good work from Butler. It looks as if, what is it going to be, around about 200, a bit less. Need a big over. Holder's the man.
Looks like he wants to go leg side, Holder, and try and hit over mid-off, over cover. Stokes trying to follow him. Oh, very straight.
Stokes into his 8th over. Good figures, 2 for 26.
Good variations from Ben Stokes. Another slower ball.
Cracking ground now. Standing room only on the point. They'll come straight to the front. He's almost like a football terrace up there. Used a lot for Man United home matches. Hotel just opened very recently. Get your own balcony.
Last night, wasn't it? The opening.
Yeah.
Did you go?
Yeah, I did. I was there last night.
What are the rooms like?
They're all right. They've got like wash basins and beds and doors, carpets. Yeah, wallpaper, mirror. It is really good. Hilton Garden it is. Complements the point. I think there'll be more development at the ground also. Outdoor beds.
Excellent from Ben Stokes. Lots of Yorkers and slower balls. Just singles in the over, not hurting England. 2 to go, 181 for 7. Now, this is a rare sight. Often David Willey goes missing after a burst with a new ball. Maybe he's had a word and said, look, I want to have a major role towards the end of an innings. Not often their go-to man at the death, but it is going to be Willey.
Of course, only 2 bowlers can bowl 9 overs, so I would think Ben Stokes will bowl the final one, so he's bowled 9. David Willey gets another goal.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I think England, of course, have to look to win these 5 one-dayers, but also look to experiment so they're not one-dimensional. Experiment with their slow balls. We've also already seen David Willey bowl one of those knuckle balls up front to Chris Gale. England have qualified for the next World Cup. They're a side on the up. Look to improve in these 5 one-dayers. Try some different things. Change of angle, round the wicket. He's going to come in, try and tuck up Holder. Hit towards long on and goes for 4.
That helps. Powerful shot down the ground. It'll have to be Holder. Bishu is just supporting 5 from 9. Holder 27 from 26.
Big, strong man. Long levers, Ben Stokes. Even Ben Stokes can't get to that. Bishu's telling him, just take it easy, Skip. Full toss, hit towards long off.
So what we've seen from Bishu is little glides down to third man through that point region.
After that initial drop chance of Root was too costly, a little bit costly of Chris Gale. Since then, they've caught well. Some really good catches. Bairstow in the deep, Hales at square leg. Root took a brilliant one in the end to get rid of Chris Gale. Mid-off up for Bishu, so he has the option to go over, into out, over the offside. Goes for the dab, he misses it, he's bowled round his legs. And the West Indies are 8 down.
And a dot ball for England in the 41st over. I mentioned it'll be deflections. I don't think he's strong enough to hit down the ground. It's a big boundary here. It's across, too far across. And Willie just clips leg stump. New batsman will be on strike. Bishu has gone for 5, 187 for 8.
187 for 8. Jerome Taylor comes in at number 10. He does have a test match 100 against New Zealand in Dunedin and a best of 43 not out against South Africa, so he can bat. Just 8 deliveries left in this innings. Sensibly just puts bat on ball. Can West Indies get up to 200? Psychologically, give their bowlers something to defend.
7 deliveries to go then, 188 for 8. Holder on strike. Last delivery of the 41st. He needs to get on strike. Rashid comes inside the circle from fine leg.
A lot of debate about mid-off, mid-on. After all that, they haven't changed it. Kept fine leg up, mid-off and mid-on are still back. Just opts to take the single and keep the strike for the last over, 189 for 8.
David Willie's done 6 overs, 1 for 39.
After that initial onslaught have been excellent. Willie not happy with himself. I think 1 delivery he got wrong to Holder. Nothing since around about the 4th or 5th over. Been some very quiet, low buildings there. Never really got going this innings. England continued to take wickets. With just 1 over to go, West Indies are trying to stumble their way to 200. That could well be a no ball and a free hit. Surprised they crossed over there. They're going to give Taylor the free hit.
Acknowledged by Ben Stokes. Here's a bonus for the Windies. He's a tall man and it's still high.
Immediately apologises. He gets a warning for that. No problems at all from Holder. Surprised Holder didn't just stay there and keep the strike. He's given it to Taylor to hit the free hit, or attempt to hit the free hit. Doesn't do it particularly well.
Yeah, they've just messed that up. He'll be thinking he's stood at the non-striking end now. He could have had a free hit, and he's still there.
Subtle change in the field. The man at 45 comes to mid-wicket. So they're saying to Jerome Taylor, you can play one of those little dabs if you want. There is no fine leg. Can't get it past Morgan. Misses the stumps.
Well, they had to get down that end, Jason Holder. Well, he gives this up. Morgan gets round quickly. Take aim, fire. Off target. No batsman.
An area England have to improve on is to hit the stumps. They miss the stumps a lot. Bouncer again over the keeper. This should run away. Third man could cut it off. Doesn't.
Well, good runs. 7 from the over, 3 deliveries to go. They will get up to 200.
It's the only problem with the short ball. So many other areas that a short ball can go as opposed to the Yorker. Top edge can fly anywhere, as it did there. Oh, that'll be another free hit. That could be out the attack. That second warning. Be interesting to see what the umpire does here. It's definitely a no ball. It's definitely a free hit. Is that it for Stokes? Well, there's another free hit. Could be a second and final warning for Ben Stokes. 200 is up. 201 for 8. Free hit goes to long on. It's taken, but they run.
The crowd think it's out. Got to 200. 202 for 8. 2 deliveries to go. Get greedy. 210.
Yeah, he's not got this over right, Ben Stokes. Think about the West Indies and final overs with white ball. That's gone a long way up. They will cross. Butler will take an easy catch.
Dot ball wicket for England. 1 delivery to go, and they did cross. Good hand from Holder. He's 39 from 32. 1 delivery to go. Little leg cutter.
So Taylor has gone for 2. It's 202 for 9. Holder on strike. 1 delivery to go. Chipped over mid-off. It's well struck, actually. It's plugged in the outfield. And Holder will think about coming back for 3. Just 2 scored. An expensive last over. Stokes didn't get it right. West Indies score 15. Jason Holder has given them a slim chance. He remains 41 not out. West Indies scored 204 in their 42 overs. 2-hour delay this morning, 42 overs per side. Look at the batsmen that got in and got out. Hope played nicely for his 35. Chris Gale played really well, having been dropped for his 37 in 27. A lot of batsmen using up deliveries in the middle before Jason Holder gave him a bit of a flourish towards the end. 41 from 33. Woakes got 2 wickets, Willie 1, Ali 1, Rashid bowled really well, 9 overs, 2 for 31, and apart from that last over, Ben Stokes was excellent, 9 overs, 3 for 43. So halfway through the day, West Indies 204 for 9, England need 205 runs to win. Cool but clear autumnal evening here in Manchester. England have a relatively easy chase. A run rate nowadays of less than 5 runs and over from the start. Should be no problem for this very powerful England batting lineup. Alex Hales in particular has been in the form of his life in white ball cricket this summer. It's the same opening combination that ended the Champions Trophy for England, Bairstow and Hales. But Sir, you reckon England should chase these down?
Should, and I hope they do, because bowlers, I think, have done well. You think the West Indies got to fly 5 overs and 143, and then the next 5 overs they took 2 for 12, dragged them right back in the game, and that was the start of it. So I thought they all bowl well, and I would expect England to knock this off. What I think is going to be interesting now is give it about another hour or so, and the sun goes down, and very interesting to see what the dew effect is on the ground here.
I think it'll skid on for the batsman, and also it'll get slippery in the outfield. West Indies was sliding around up at Durham on Saturday evening. They cope with conditions really well. Jerome Taylor, 15 months since his last 50-over international. Very, very useful bowler, Jerome Taylor. When he gets a bit of rhythm going, he's skiddy, and he just moves it enough.
Yeah, and it's good, isn't it? 86 miles an hour, first ball.
Has a quick arm, Jerome Taylor. You have to watch out for that Yorker. But Durham the other night, he nearly got root early on with a very full in-swinging delivery. Those away.
His pace has always been good, Jerome Taylor. It's 87.5 miles an hour. Long history of Jamaican quick bowlers. Michael Holding, Patrick Patterson.
There's Johnny Bairstow's stats as an opener in List A, averaging nearly 50, strike rate over 100. 170 he got this year playing for Yorkshire. Bat in any position, he's such a good cricketer nowadays, Johnny Bairstow. But the form player in white ball cricket is this man, Alex Hales.
.38. It's not bad in one-day cricket, top of the order. But his form this year, I think, has put him right back in contention to bat in the middle order for England this winter.
2 white ball trophies this season for Nottinghamshire, 2020 and the 50-over comp. Brilliant 100 in the final at Lord's against Surrey. And he's away straight away. Outfield slow, but Hales is good enough to get it away for his first boundary.
He quite got out of the middle, but he got enough of it. Shot confident man. So that very quickly. It's in front of square.
Clip leg side. That won't go for 4. Hales will think about coming back for 3. Oh, it will go for 4. Jason Mohammed just threw it over the boundary.
He actually got to the ball, went to flick it up, and actually flicked it back over himself here. Let's take some doing. There you go. And where's it gone? Oh, wrong way. Never mind. It's one of those his teammates will never let him forget. That will be shown every time there's a rain break. Okay, see what the bowler thinks. Not too bothered. Maybe he knows him for his fielding.
Well stopped in the end. 9 from the first over. Jason Roy can't have any complaints, can he, Beefy? I know he was left out for the last game at Cardiff, but it's Johnny Bairstow's turn, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, look, I think so. I think he's been so consistent. His whole game's improved, doesn't it? Johnny Bairstow now the keeper. He's looking much more the complete package. In fact, you probably would have said that 6 months, maybe 12 months ago, might well have had Butler as the better keeper. Not sure you would now. I think they're both good, to be honest. But his batting has come on leaps and bounds, and as he showed today in the field, pretty well with that catch.
Cindy's skipper missed the T20 game. Holder with the new ball. A good start. He bowled really well after Edgbaston. He had a very quiet game at Edgbaston. But in the next 2 test matches, Jason Holder deserved more wickets than he got.
Particularly at Headingley, I thought he bowled really well there with that much luck. Maybe could have bowled a few more overs than he did. In the case, the captain sometimes under bowls himself, but no, you're right. Those last couple of games, he was very good. One of the disadvantages of playing day-night cricket over here is Australia, it's sort of light. So someone turns a switch off and it goes dark. So the lights kick in pretty quickly. Here, it can take a while and your eyes have to adjust. Much easier when it does go dark.
Soft hands, gets it past slip. Yeah, that twilight period, not ideal for batsmen. Another disadvantage is the temperature. September, Manchester, it's going to be chilly out there.
Could easily see a few of those West Indian bobble hats back out there.
Chris Gayle is out there. He's standing at first slip. Tweaked a hamstring when batting. A few England bowlers were hoping that he didn't take the field and miss a couple of games.
What your favourite ground was it, Nasser's apply?
In so many ways.
What was your average here in Test cricket?
6.
It's funny that when Benny fed me all that info, I didn't believe it.
Nicely driven on the up. Mid-off is quick. I don't think he's quick enough.
I think the outfield just quickened up a little bit from when we started the game. But this is just nicely timed. On the up, good shot. It's a great opportunity for Johnny Bairstow to cement this position now and say, right, someone's got to come and take it off me.
And have a lot of problems in test match cricket as to who to pick. In one-day cricket, it's who to leave out. That's a strong batting lineup. Bairstow, Hales, Root is a wonderful player in all formats. Morgan, who's short of runs in T20, but this year in 50-over cricket he's been very good. Stokes, Butler, Ali, Wokes, Rashid, Plunkett, Willie, they all bat. Pulled away. That could go all the way. No, just falls short. He looks in great touch. He's picking up length brilliantly.
Very quickly onto this. Dispatched.
Lucky with the weather here. September and Manchester. Fingers crossed with the weather. We've had no problems at all from above. Problems come from below with a wet outfield. Oh, just lost control of the bat face there for a while, but he went through with the shot.
Yeah, the length allowed him to play it just a little fuller. He went after it, and I think the bottom hand or something closes the face on him. Does he lose the grip? He loses it off the bottom hand. Banks it across. What a bad miss here.
Shot. Stand and deliver.
It's beautifully timed, really is. Going for that Yorker again, not quite getting it right. That's the risk you take. Excellent shot, full face of the bat.
He's enjoyed the pace of Jerome Taylor, hasn't he? Hasn't quite got after Jason Holder. It's almost like he prefers pace on the ball. There you go, 75 mile an hour plus 113, I think less than 75. His strike rate's really down. In the air and taken on the second attempt. West Indies needed to get Hales early, they have done.
And he'd be disappointed. He looked so good, so comfortable at the crease. He's gone after this one. A little bit of bounce, can't keep it down, can't control it. As soon as you said how well he was going, Nas. Just takes the catch. This has gone for 19. It's 31-4.
Joe Root comes in at number 3, a ground that he likes in Test match cricket. 254, his career best was scored on this ground. Look at those stats in white ball cricket. Has got 100 here, doing the best part of 50. Hales is probably debating now in the dressing room, should he have gone up and over or tried to keep it down? Did neither really. Maybe wasn't wide enough to go up and over.
Sometimes just a little too easy. Carried away. Might be the case, but he did look in total control until that shot.
Right back on his stumps there, Joe Root. 2 bouncers or 2 short balls he's had now, just forcing him back.
And well directed. No good if they're wide of the off stump. He can play it or he can lift it up over the slips, help it on its way, but there it's tucking him up, keeping him in stride.
The other evening there was the full delivery early on to Root from Taylor. Root's away, he'll keep the strike, 32 for 1.
Bit of fielding first. Sort of hinted a bit of dew coming down, just slipped there as you went to throw it. It's a very good piece of fielding. Now we'll field it. Yeah, slides a little bit there. Gets up quickly, gets it away. Does well.
Oh, he's going to have to hurry at Root's end. The throw was wide.
I think he'd probably made it anyway. It's quick, but it does well. Picks it up now. Gets away pretty well for the big man, but oh, perhaps not.
Where would he have made it?
Oh, he'd have made it about a yard short. He did well, though, so he made sure he ran the right line. If he'd been straight, he'd probably bounced it over. Fairbrother watching a few of his stable in this game. Looks after a few of the players. He will need a bobble that shortly. Very honourable man, Fairbrother.
Single off every delivery. England looking to be busy. 38 for 1. $38 for 1, chasing 204. And Taylor to continue in the middle. Short arm jab, leg side. Continue up here after the fumble. Jimmy Anderson and Bumble.
Excellent start, 40 for 1 off 6.1. Then again, Windies were 46 for 1. Bit of a Chris Gale onslaught. Bairstow 17 from 16. Fielder out there, just be a single. You look busy, Jim.
Yeah, you touched on it at halfway. I think very different to the way the West Indies went about their innings. We can see the urgency from the England batsmen trying to rotate the strike. There's nothing worse from a bowler's point of view. You want to settle in against the batsman and try and create pressure on him. If they're rotating the strike and you can't settle against one particular batsman, it makes it very difficult.
Slip in a gully. Taylor into his 4th over, 3.3 overs, 1 for 23. Never really got going, West Indies. 204 for 9. Run rate 4.86. It might just, when the sun goes down, the lights come on and take effect, it might just skid on nicely. Pull shot again. And this will run away for 4. Fine leg inside the circle.
He's not completely in control of that pull shot, I don't think, but got enough on it to get it over. Short, fine leg. And even with a slow outfield, managed to get all the way to the boundary.
7th 4 for England. push here. Put the fielder under pressure. No, not this time. Good throw.
The problem West Indies have got here is they know they've got to take wickets to slow the rate down and win the game. So they've got to attack with the field, which in turn creates gaps for the England batsmen to push for twos.
Full length again, worked into the leg side. Another steady over for England. 9 from it, 47 for 1. England need 100. There again, just a feature of England's play. Is that what, would they have said something at half-time? Would captain maybe, look, just keep it busy?
Yeah, I think so. When you're chasing a relatively small total, under 5 and over, you still want to, you obviously want to get off to a good start, but I think knowing that they've got to attack, there's going to be gaps, there's going to be areas where you can drop the ball in and run. Take quick singles, push the outfield for 2. We know it's wet and slippy in the outfield. So it's just about, it's smart cricket really. It's just rotating the strike, and I think when you get in singles and then you get boundaries on top of that, it just makes things a lot easier.
Well, there were 9 from that last over. Get a boundary and then they just knocked it around.
The run rate's 6.5 at the minute, and you wouldn't have said that England have taken any risks at the moment. They've put the odd bad ball away for 4, but the running between the wickets has been exemplary.
Push and go again and pick your fielders. 82 miles an hour, so it's just gentle pace. He bowled well. T20 game, he had a short bouncer. West Indies winning that game up at Durham. Just a little tickle, that's all it needs.
There's that boundary again. Had 2 singles already off the over. It's just a slight strain line. With fine leg up, that's 4 all day long.
He's played that also. Sliding fielders again. Bairstow's quick, comes back for 2.
It's a good bit of fielding that in the end. That wet outfield still. Ball sticks in the turf and he manages to get a hand on it.
Good slow it. Again, just a steady 9 for England. 56 for 1. When you're off for now, are you off till Ashes? Is that it?
Yeah, a couple of weeks completely off, and then sort of October we'll start training and thinking about bowling again and getting ready for, I think we leave last week of October.
We're chatting it, yeah? Crikey. Do you have to do your own training? Do somebody with you?
We get programs to do, to follow, and we'll generally do it on our own, yeah.
England coaches, and they change. Peter Such there, John Lewis. Last over of the power play coming up. Bit of off spin, Ashley Nurse.
Saw a bit of spin from Rashid and Ali in the first innings. I wonder if it could be this could be the test for England, whether they can manoeuvre the spin as well as they have been doing with the seam.
Well, that's manoeuvred.
Might just skid on. We talked about this before, whether we saw spin earlier, but if the dew does come down, might just skid on, as this one does. It's like still a fairly new ball. Brilliantly executed shot there from Johnny Bairstow.
It is a cracking shot. You know where these fielders are offside. He lets it come in really late. Just thinking back to England's bowling effort. Rashid bowled his 9 overs. Ali bowled 2 overs, 1 for 5 out the attack. Roy Morgan just carried on with his seamers. 204 for 9 Windies.
Yeah, I thought Moeen might have bowled a bit more. His 2 overs looked good. Bowled fairly quick and got some purchase. Obviously got the first wicket as well, that crucial breakthrough early on.
Boundary again, 7 from the over, 63 for 1. 9 fours in England's power play. Alex Hales is in terrific touch. He's got a newish partner again. Johnny Bairstow gets the nod. One-handed shot from Johnny Bairstow. It's nice. And in the end, 19 for Hales from 14. Joe Root is doing okay, 11 from 13. Second section of the game then. Windies still have a slip in, Chris Gale. Be interesting, this next match is on Thursday. If Chris Gale plays, he's hampered, he's got some sort of hamstring problem. He stood out there at slip.
Yeah, we did wonder whether he'd field or not, so good news for the Windies that he's out there at the moment.
How do you think England will do with these 5 matches? If qualified for the World Cup, will they give everybody a go or just say, OK, that's the team we want, we'll stick with it?
I think it depends how the series goes. There's some guys that have played a lot of cricket this summer and might potentially need a rest before a big winter. Thinking of the guys like Joe Root, Ben Stokes. I know Ben missed the 2020, but there's a lot of cricket that's been played and a lot of cricket to come as well. So it'd be, I think, with a squad and a talented squad like we've got, then there could be opportunities to rest people.
Misfield again. It's that careful mix from a management viewpoint, because a lad doesn't want to be arrested or you want to play all the time. You've got to explain it that, look, you're just sitting this out.
Yeah, it's tough. I've always found it really tough to take when you're fit, especially as a bowler. you know, there's injuries that, you know, natural gaps in your career. So then when you're fully fit and you get told that you're being rested for a game, it can be frustrating.
Inside edge onto Padder, they still get a single. I suppose it's not kicked in like it does in football. In soccer, the manager will just rest a star player, no apparent reason, you're not playing. And they seem to take it quite easily.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, at the moment, the test side and the one-day side are pretty different. So we've got quite a different squad. I think it's the nucleus that play every format that might well get tired, both not necessarily physically, it's probably more mentally, you know, just playing day in, day out, travelling all around the country. You know, it can get tiring, and for someone like Joe Root, now captain of the test side, it can take its toll.
It's a slow bouncer, really.
I saw the game at Durham, and his bouncer did seem to take people by surprise, whether it's difficult to pick up or it is that bit quicker. You see Joe here, he's played it okay in the end. He gets one run for it.
It's a good partnership, just started, 36 from 32. But a lot of deliveries that full length, just towards leg and middle. Get one.
The interesting thing is they've kept the slip in because they need to take wickets, and yet they've bowled very, very straight. So for me, I'd be more tempted to potentially put a catcher in a mid-wicket if you're going to bowl that line, because it's very, very easy for them to rotate the strike at the moment.
Get another single. 10 overs have been bowled, 69 for one. There's movement.
Can't tell if that's gingerly for him or if it's full pace.
Oh, that's clever. One slip comes out, just opens up that gap. It's clever play.
It's one of his favourite shots, the reverse sweep, and Johnny Bairstow plays it as well, and I was expecting to see it, but he did keep the slip in for Nurse's first over. As soon as he comes out, it opens that gap up for him to be able to play it without much risk.
Doing things at his own pace. Real array of shots from Joe Root. We've seen that little reverse sweep for 4. Normal sweep for a single.
He has got a lot of shots in his locker, but the thing for me is what he chooses to play them at the right times, which is obviously a crucial thing for a batsman.
Well, he likes batting. This lad's a player as well, Johnny Bairstow. Opportunity to open the innings again. Bit quicker. Dot ball, 7 from the over. 76 for 1. Change the ball in. Bishu. Leg spin. Milton Keynes he's come from. If he's going back tonight or staying up, get yourself down Manchester. I'll have to tell him where to go. Get him back on again. But you've got to ask him again. He's up all the way from Milton Keynes. Are you staying up tonight? Are you? You're staying up. Are you staying at his? Get yourself down the Circus Tavern. Ask for George the Greek. Tell him I've sent you. Making room there, and he'll come back for two.
That's something I thought the West Indies really missed out on. That's such a big outfield, especially to that side. They've tried to aim for either side of the fielders that are in the ring and then push the outfielder hard. It's a comfortable two in the end.
Tiny chap Bishu with a leg spin. Back cut, and it'll be at least two. 50 partnership in good time. 44 deliveries. Easy so far for England. 12 overs have been bowled. It's 82 for 1. 82 for 1, 12 overs. Change up here. Michael Atherton, Ian Ward.
This is out on the sweep shot on that occasion, Johnny Bairstow. Been raving about sunset, isn't he, Lloyd? I think he's in Canberra. Wilder.
Beautiful, isn't it? What an evening.
Ooh, turn. Bairstow for a moment had no idea where that had gone.
Yeah, both teams playing two spinners. Reputation of Old Trafford partly, I'm sure, because of that. Pitches that are dry and tend to just grip a little.
Always like this up here, isn't it? No? Gorgeous shot. West Indies need something to happen, and fairly quickly. Partnership between these two is up to 53. Both are in and fairly well set. As Jimmy Anderson was saying a little earlier, they've just been a little straight, the seamers, clipped a lot through mid-wicket. Nurse has found just something from this surface. Good over, 13 gone, 84 for 1. Just two singles from that Ashley Nurse third over. Had Bairstow a little bit confused at times. Ripped one back towards his pads on the inside edge, then he slid that one past the outside edge.
Yeah, the change of pace really did for Bairstow that last delivery at 59 miles an hour, so good variation in that over.
Issue to continue from the James Anderson end, rather the forgotten man during the Test series. Holder seemed very reluctant to give him a bowl, but he needs him to work something now. Gale is at slip. Don't recall seeing a fielder slip and slide too much today. Makes a slight mockery of the delay we had earlier.
Yes, and we were wondering whether some dew would come as well, which would make it tough for the spinners, but it doesn't appear to be the case right now.
Wow. What a wonderful shot. He had to drag that from a long way outside off stump. But how hard did he manage to hit it? How far in front of square?
Well, in front of square is a consequence of the line from Bishop, which is very wide. But as you say, it's a wonderful shot. Both the combination of the reach and then the power with which he hit it with, reminiscent of Peterson in some ways, where he used to sweep Warne right out in front of his pad.
Root's a tall man. He's not as tall as Kevin Peterson. Head position, absolutely brilliant. Kevin Peterson was talking about get your head at the line of the ball, get some balance. Exactly what Joe Root did. It'll take some stopping because it's hit nicely by Bairstow. Jason Mohammed clearing up on the offside. Generated a lot of power when he rolls his wrist into the shot. Change of field. Holder himself has gone over onto the offside. So we've sort of got 2 extra covers, like we had 2 Ryan Sidebottoms in the county championship. From the 14th, 92 for 1.
Peter's point was the compensation that he feels counties should be due if you produce a player and that player then is poached by another club or goes to another club. Should that county that produced the player deserve some compensation? And I think they're in a unique position and easy prey at the moment for other counties and deserve a bit more help. Lots of different facets to the argument.
Did make the point that doesn't blame the player.
Absolutely. And if you go back 40, 50 years, it was impossible for players to move counties, and some players, having moved, had to then sit out and miss a year of their career. Clearly that's ridiculous. This question is, should it be completely the other way, where players are just allowed complete freedom of movement regardless of contractual circumstances or regardless of being produced by a club over many years? A young player that's produced from 13 requires an amount of money spent on them in terms of facilities and coaching, backing.
The way employment law is now, you can't really stop these guys. You can't legally put something in position to stop.
Well, he's asking whether there should be a greater compensation given to the club.
Which is the point. And 94 for 1.
So when Sussex came in for the big money move to take you from Surrey to Sussex, was Surrey compensated?
It's a slightly different scenario because Surrey sacked me.
Oh, right.
Twice.
It wasn't a big money transfer.
It wasn't a big money transfer. I was surplus to requirements. I had to find other employment. Different with some of the guys that are moving now. The other point was about directors of cricket. Selectors of directors of cricket.
Yeah, that was the other point that he made. Not the first to make that point. So the background, where's Coughlin going? He's going to Notts, is he?
I believe so. Yeah.
A player produced by Durham in the middle of a contract, gone to Notts, wants to move onto a first division county. Test match ground, obviously Durham test match ground as well.
Two lads who moved from Durham to Surrey. Stoneman, who's obviously now in the Test side, but I think Scott Borthwick is in the second team for Surrey at the moment.
Put him out on loan to Durham. That'd be an irony, wouldn't it?
Good beef, he's got Alex's number.
He also, his other point in his statement was about player agents, and I know there's one up there at the moment. Neil Fairbrother is up there, one of the most influential player agents at the moment. And they've come into the game. When we played, no county player had an agent. Now they've all got agents. You would say back in the day only a top England player had an agent, if at all. Most county players have agents now.
First player I came across who had an agent was Chris Lewis, actually, when he was playing at Surrey. And a few did come into the game. Here is Harve. Luke Sutton's here as well. He's a player agent now, former player of Lancashire and Derbyshire.
Harve was in the cricketers' most influential list the other day, wasn't he? The only player agent in there. Not quite sure he was as high as you, Ian. You were on the rise, weren't you?
So England, this is going to go for 4. Takes the score to 99. They need 106 more.
Yeah, it all seems pretty straightforward at the moment for England and for Johnny Bairstow, who moves to 50 very smoothly, very sweetly. 51 from 52 balls, 5 fours. And you get the sense with Johnny Bairstow, he's waited a long time for his opportunity in one-day cricket. He ain't going to give it away too lightly.
It's the thumbs up from Paul Farbrace on the balcony. Good one to finish the 16th from Bishu, 99 for 1. To wait, and then slammed it down through third man. There was a little bit of hesitancy in terms of the running between the wickets. A misfield. Johnny Bairstow to a small personal milestone. I imagine Joe Root said, well played, keep going.
It must be nice for Joe Root as well, just to come into the one-day side as a batsman. He's captained England in 7 tests this summer that have come in pretty quick time, probably in the best part of, what, 2 months, a little over. It's quite a heavy workload on him, and therefore just to come back and relax in the one-day team, completely relax, he's got a job to do as a batsman, but just without any other concerns, I think is a lovely thing for him.
When you're captain of England, how much a percentage of your energy is going into other people other than yourself, all the other things that go with it?
Well, I think you don't realise how much is until it's almost too late, and then you almost just are so wasted in terms of your energy and your tiredness that it hits you all at once. And therefore for him to have that breather where he just can enjoy his time as a player, I think may just help him in the long run.
100 comes up with an extra, a wide. 2 wides in total because they ran the single as well. Nicely played, flipped down towards fine leg. Bairstow want 2 and will comfortably get back 4-2. Just with the split captaincy role, it hasn't always worked. It seems to be working nicely at the moment for England. Morgan seems very much in control of the white ball stuff, and it was Alistair Cook, and it's now Joe Root in red ball.
I think as the games diverge more and more, then there'll be an understanding, I think, that it'd be impossible for one guy to do all games anyway, all forms of the game. And there's other options as well. If, as and when, Owen Morgan doesn't do the job, you could imagine a situation where Joss Butler, for example, does the one-day captaincy. But I think in terms of the longevity for Root as a Test captain, for his energies and his own to his own advantage as a player, I think it's best for him just to do captain in one form of the game, not all 3.
17 gone, 7 from the over, 106 for 1, and Bairstow has made 50.
Yeah, he's got his opportunity. England stuck with Jason Roy for a long, long time in that trough of form in the Champions Trophy. They finally made the change to Bairstow, so they had to give him another opportunity at the top of the order. And I think because he's had that frustrating time where he's been knocking on the door, never quite given a run in one-day cricket, he'll be as determined as you like to make the most of this opportunity.
It's 100 needed for England. 99 more runs to win at under 4s. Someone just moving behind the bowler's arm. There he is. Sit down, please, sir. Big turn. Mark Ramprakash works with England's batsmen during the Test series. Graham Thorpe the one-day series, and down the age groups. John Lewis is here having a look at how England run things because they're searching for a new bowling coach.
A whole host of people here in this game, haven't they? Kevin Shine is here as well, one of the lead fast bowling coaches up at Loughborough. Peter Such, who's the lead spin bowling coach up at the academy, he's here as well.
Jolly to Manchester then.
There is Kevin Shine. Once took 16 wickets in a first-class game here against Lancashire for Hampshire. 16, I reckon, or 14. He got a whole truckload anyway in one game. Bowled quite quickly. And made a name for himself as a coach.
Shouted a lot, I remember, as a player.
Very angry bowler. Very angry man.
Bowling.
Yeah, that's the one he pushes through out of the front of the hand a bit quicker. We saw one spin a long way at the start of the over, and then that's the slider. If a batsman goes back and looks to cut, he's going to be in trouble.
Oh, that's a big shot. A big turn from Bishop, and we're going to have a little look upstairs.
Will, we've got a review for a stumping, please, a referral. Can I check the front foot first, please? Yep, that's fine, thank you. That's a fair delivery. Can we go to your best side on angle, please? Nah, that's okay. I'm happy with that. That's fine. That's not out. Yep, so big screen, not out. Thank you.
Bairstow survives. 108 for 1 after 18. It was a big shot he played, but that was a good over from Bishop. Crucially for England and for West Indies. Not a wicket taken between the spinners from the 9 overs they've bowled in combination. Change up here. Ian Botham and Michael Holding.
Thank you, Wardy. A lot of desperation in the fielding. West Indies fighting desperately, but they need to take wickets. Another couple. Virtually impossible to see England not getting these runs if they bat all 42 overs. They may not even need all 42 overs, so West Indies certainly need to take wickets and take wickets quickly.
It's not that they are bowling badly either. The spinners in particular, Vishu and Nurse, have been bowling reasonably well. Just haven't got enough runs on the board to create the pressure that they need. Scoreboard keeps on ticking. 6 runs again from that over. 114 for 1. Excellent partnership this between Bairstow and Root. Alex Hales went reasonably quickly. West Indies had England 31 for 1. Not much success since then though. Just one bowler with a wicket, that of Jerome Taylor. That's 4. I think that's another. Just a bit too short. Both deliveries were too short.
Waited for it beautifully, didn't they? Just the taste and the ball. It's one of the standout things about this England innings.
Well, that's well run if he gets there, and he did. Even Lewis the man that backward point. Yet another good over for England. 12 runs coming from that one. 126 for 1.
One of the things, Mikey, that's helping England along here is these two are quick between the wickets, but just look, the dot balls. These would be dot balls a lot of the time, but they're not. They turn them into singles. And the West Indies, when they batted, 56% of the deliveries they faced were dots. England take that last over out where they hit 12 runs. Before that last over, 43%. So there's already a big gap there. But then in boundaries, before that last over, 7.6% of deliveries that were bowled to the West Indies were for 4s and 6s. England are already way above that at over 10.5%. So urgency is the difference, I think, between the two batting performances. And these two are looking to run the fielders ragged at every opportunity. And that annoys bowlers. And they perhaps don't concentrate perhaps as much. They're more worried about the fielders, and runs appear. So excellent from England, rotating the strike, running the ball all around the ground, picking up ones, turning ones into twos. Excellent.
Well, the man that took that first wicket has been brought back, looking for another. No slips in place though. He has a man in the gully, Chris Gale in the gully. The one wicket that went down. Fumbled it a bit, but in the end he held on. Lewis the fielder. Short. Just a single. Oh, that was punished.
Poor delivery. Some good deliveries where England have scored off, but this is a poor delivery, and they don't miss out. And Bairstow moves on to 71. Also brings up the 100 partnership. That was a bit of a gimme.
Too many short balls, both from the seamers and the spinners. The Yorker dot ball, 4 dot balls in that over, 131 for 1. Oh, pretty poor fielding. Having Lewis there at backward point. Short again and gets the punishment.
Well, this is what happens when put under pressure by the batsman, and taking advantage of every loose ball, and the good balls are going for singles or twos. Pressure mounts. And then you served up something like that. Help yourself. Buffet.
Both Bairstow and Root at the moment going better than a runner ball with their strike rates. That dot ball to Bairstow brings him even, 71 from 71. Well, he has soon made up for that. Goes better than a runner ball now. Well, this is turning out to be a bit of a canter for England. This partnership really making things easy. Bairstow and Root, 115 runs they have put on so far off just 107 deliveries. Bowling just hasn't been on target. Too many short balls from both the seamers and the spinners, and not the best fielding that we have seen from the West Indies either. Some fumbles, some balls that have gone through that should not have gone straight through them. And they march on. 146 for 1 off 22 overs, England. So just another 59 more runs required, and a lot of balls in which to get them. Short again. No problems for Joe Root. And he's hustling back. That will bring up his half century.
You have to hustle, but they made it so comfortably in the end. Root goes on to another 50, this time from 49 balls, 4 fours. Partnership marches on 119 from 111. Third 50. 3 ODIs.
Oh, that is poor cricket again. Why should there have been 2 runs there?
Made it easily, Mikey. That was the scary part. Hesitation and all sorts. Then they go.
Well, that was poor from Nurse in the deep and poor from Jerome Taylor standing in the middle of the pitch as well, not getting back to the stumps. On 52 for 1.
It's been pretty positive from the moment he got out there. Just pacing the ball. Slog sweep, which he plays really well. Causes problems for the bowler. He overreacts, drags it down. Machine marches on. 50 to add to his 10 hundreds in one day.
So just another 53 runs required by England, and another bowling change from the West Indies. Bishu has been taken out of the attack. Kesrick Williams is back. The economy rates of the bowlers have been a bit high, to say the least. Bowled him, he got a wicket. Joe Root will be disappointed with that, but he has to go.
Just looking to drop this. Short of the length, goes to play it back straight down onto the stumps. And will be disappointed. Played really well, Joe Root. Great partnership comes to an end. Joe Root was 54 from 53. It's 56 for 2.
Have a slip or two. And then he just goes into an arbitrary position in the slips. Off the mark immediately. So a wicket and 5 runs from the over so far. Can he get another? This was the wicket.
She comes off the face of the bat, I think, straight down onto the stumps. It's a terrific partnership. Stoke and Root, which is set up what should be a straightforward England victory.
Looking for 2 Bairstow. He's quick. Easy. 7 runs from the over with the wicket. England 159 for 2. Bairstow moves into the 80s. 82. One fielder in the slip corner again for Owen Morgan. He has faced just 1 delivery. And again, that slip fielder is just placed anywhere in the slip corner. An adjustment has been made. Chris Gayle is now going to a proper fielding position in the slips, instead of just standing in an open space. That is better. Three dot balls. Well, it's called a wide. And it was a wide. Very high. That's 4. Well timed, well placed. Well, he had one driven for 4 and then one squeezed through the offside for a single, but I think that's certainly a much better length for Jerome Taylor to bowling, especially earlier on when he had the new ball in his hands. For him to being too full than to bowling as many short balls as he bowled earlier. Ends with a dot ball. 165 for 2. 40 more needed by England. Bairstow needs 18 for his first century in this form of the game. Here are Jimmy Anderson and Nasser Hussain.
Thanks, Mikey. Yeah, real walk in the park this for England. All eyes on Johnny Bairstow. Can he get to 100? And Owen Morgan just to spend some time in the middle. And nothing wrong with his 50-over stats and form this season, but just in 2020 of late, he struggled. It's hard through the covers. There is a sweeper out there at point, but he's going to have to run a long way round. Cut that off. And that now is a career best score in 50-over cricket for Johnny Bairstow. He's had to wait patiently. He's been given his chance. Got runs at Cardiff in the final game that England played in the Champions Trophy. His first opportunity in this series, he's grabbed it with both hands. In bed with Jimmy Anderson.
Good raffle prize, that, isn't it?
And again, a little bit of hesitation, but an easy single. 7 runs in that over without the boundary, 172 for 2. Talking to Jimmy Anderson, here is that moment again. Pretty good delivery, Jim. You'd be proud of that. A nip backer.
Yeah, I was happy with that. Bit fortunate, certainly during the last 3 Test matches. The pitches were very helpful for seam and swing bowling, so it was just a case of trying to pitch it up as much as we could, and that one in particular, just running back down the hill at Lords, was a nice one.
Have you enjoyed today? First stint at commentary?
Loved it. very different view of the game. Dream come true sitting next to you again,
obviously.
Been looking forward to this all day now.
Nurse is into the attack. 6 overs for 31.
thought we'd see a bit more spin from their spinners. I think Bishu maybe bowled a touch slow. So Rashid and Ali both got turn in the first innings. Potentially the dew, if there is a dew, made it skid on a bit more, but England batsmen seem a lot more comfortable than the West Indians did against our spin.
Yeah, I think early on Nurse and Bishu got some to grip, but as the dew has taken over, it's just skidded on nicely. Also, batsmen have been in. So much easier when you're in playing spin. Likes those sweeps, Johnny Bairstow. Got out in a test match reverse sweeping. Away from a one-day 100. Lovely looking ground now, Old Trafford. Point on one side of the pavilion, Hotel on the other side. Williams from the Jimmy Anderson end. Oh, I think he's got a wicket from the Jimmy Anderson end as well. That's 2 for him. Just from nowhere, he produces deliveries that just get through quickly, and he has done that with Morgan.
Looked like he was slightly late on that, Owen Morgan. Whether it's the dew on the surface taking effect and the ball just kissing through that bit quicker, seemed a bit late on it. Faint edge.
10 for Morgan. It's 175 for 3. Ben Stokes comes in at number 5. Not a bad man to have come to the crease when you only need 30 off 89 deliveries. Was rested controversially for the T20 game on his home ground at Chester Street. Big buddy Marlon Samuels waits. Got Marlon out earlier in the day, caught down the leg side. Edged past slip. Chris Gale is very wide and very deep at a 4th slip.
They've played about with that slip, that catcher, most of the innings, and they've actually had him in that position where the ball just went. So it's just a pot luck really, and Ben Stokes gets away with it, gets off the mark. I think it is, yeah. You know, some people prefer gullies and slightly wider catches. It depends on the pace of the pitch as well. You know, if it's slow, I like to have a couple of gullies maybe. We've seen the pitch though kissing through. Owen Morgan getting a faint edge on one, so that's why potentially he's brought that catcher finer. And you can see those he's wider for Johnny Bairstow.
Just a new batsman as well, more likely to get a finer nick. Slower ball. That's 2 slower balls in a row.
It's frustrating, especially in Test cricket. I know a lot of runs go down to 3rd man. It's trying to find that extra fielder, I guess. You want a 3rd man and all your catches in. But yeah, it's definitely a personal preference. I think sometimes the captain's got a gut feeling or the bowler's got a gut feeling, but generally the bowler will try and get the fielder where he wants him.
Well, Gale has now gone wider to Ben Stokes, exactly where he nicked his first delivery. It's very deep there. Clip leg side. They'll come back for 2 pretty easily.
Something the West Indies have been guilty of throughout the innings. I think they've kept a slip in most of the time for the seamers, but they've drifted straight quite a lot, giving England very easy scoring opportunities on the leg side.
Yeah, especially to Johnny Bairstow. Johnny's clipped a lot to leg, and that's his strength, that strong bottom hand. He just works to leg comfortably. Something that Shuey Law will look at and analyse between now and Thursday. Low full toss, hit back hard. That's where he hits it well. Stokes in the V. A boundary to end the over, 183 for 3. Another slower ball, and it did just dip on Ben Stokes. Bowler goes down. There ain't cutting it off.
It did actually defeat him in the air, but it's such a good timer of the ball that it's come right out the middle of his bat. Gone too quick for the bowler. Very difficult chance for him. Return caught ball.
So the equation is 22. Johnny Bairstow needs half of them. 11 he needs for his first 100. Ben Stokes very much a team man. He'll be thinking of Johnny Bairstow, making sure he gets him to his first 100. Obviously, be all and end all is to win the game, but England aren't going to lose from here.
What, as a batsman, is that what you're thinking? If you're Ben Stokes, are you thinking, give Johnny the strike, let him get the winning runs and get to 100?
I'm not. No, I'm just thinking red ink. Most batsmen are, Jimmy, but not me.
I just remember back to Graham Thorpe hitting the winning runs when Alex Tudor was on 99. It's obviously a, you know, I generally think batsmen are quite selfish, and I'm sure you're no different now.
Yeah, where was that Edgbaston? Alex Tudor went in as night watchman. Thorpe, the gormless one. Thorpe just knocked off the winning runs and left Tudor not out on 99. I think Ben Stokes is much more aware of what's going on here. Inside edge.
There's that lack of spin again, that kind of just skidding on with the arm. Whether that's the due or just not enough revs on it.
Bairstow will keep the strike, which is what Ben Stokes won. 186 for 3. England need just 19 more. Johnny Bairstow needs 9 more. Significant game this for the West Indies. They needed to win this series either 4-0 or 5-0 to avoid going through the qualifying process for the next World Cup. So it looks like they're going to have to go through that qualifying process.
I think they should be fine in that qualifying process. They've got plenty of talent in this side to be able to qualify for the World Cup. So in the 2020 at Durham, there's plenty of ability and skill in the group. It's just about, you know, trying to. Obviously, it's not happened for them today, but I'm sure they'll be fine in qualifying.
Squirted away. That will be at least 2. Could go for 4. It does go for 4. Moves to 95.
It's not his best time shot of the innings, but when you're in the 90s, I'm sure you'll take him any way they come. Manages to get over the line. Should be delighted about.
Uppercuts it. Does it go for 4? No, third man's there. Cuts it off. Moves to 97. Down the ground, hits it hard. Does it go all the way? It does. 199 for 3, 6 needed.
It's another sweetly timed shot. Advances. Man at mid-off, so it's a sensible option for him. Leaves Johnny with 6 runs to get.
Bairstow 97, 6 needed. The question is, if he gets a 1, what will Ben Stokes do?
I think Johnny Bairstow's not sure what Ben's going to do, so he's not going to risk a quick single here and get Ben on strike.
And the pitch finds cover, gets it past cover. Will it get through? Can they come back for 3? I think they can. He slips, but he will get home. 100 for Johnny Bairstow. You give a lad a chance at the top of the order, he will grab it with both hands. His first ODI 100. It has been well worth the wait.
Great celebration from him as well there. You can see what it means to him. He's been given a chance. His one-day form, his white ball form this year has been brilliant for Yorkshire. And he's continued that today. Just brilliant innings from him. Exactly what England needed. Well-deserved 100.
Sure is. Played brilliantly. Took a great catch earlier in the day. Got 99 here in the Test match. He goes 1 better in the one-day international. You could see what that meant to him. Scored a lot of runs recently, but that 100 was special. And just as easy as you like, Ben Stokes just chips it into the crowd. And it's Stokes and Bairstow that see England over the line. A convincing victory. England have a very good record in 50-over cricket of late against the West Indies. They've continued that here at Old Trafford. That is a walloping.
Brilliant all-round performance, I thought. Very good with the ball. After the West Indies got off to a decent start, clawed it back. Spinners bowled well. Rashid, in particular, bowled very well. Did well to restrict them to 204. And then Johnny Bairstow, fantastic knock. As you said, deserves his chance, and he took it with both hands. Then the other Weasley twin, Ben Stokes, there, seeing it home. Unbelievable timing from Ben Stokes.
Yeah, timing in so many different ways. Timing off the bat, but timing of when to just finish the game. He let Johnny Bairstow have his moment, and then Stokes said, enough's enough, leave it to me. What an evening for Johnny Bairstow. He's waited patiently, got given his chance in the Champions Trophy, and he's come here to Old Trafford. And when you've had to wait that long for something, you are not going to give it back. Very strong England batting lineup. Completely outclassed West Indies. Game was set up by the bowling. Bowled well, dragged it back after West Indies got off to a flyer. But after an early drop chance from Joe Root, the fielding and bowling was exceptional, and the batting saw him over the line. 99 he got on this ground in the Test match. He was out LBW. See what it meant to him and everyone watching. Very popular man around England. Very popular man in the dressing room. Team game, but with a lot of personal highlights. Hales played 19 nicely for his 19. Root played exceptionally. Regulation for Root now getting a 50. Morgan missed out. Stokes played a little cameo at the end, but the innings belonged to Johnny Bairstow. 100 in just 97 deliveries. Not a lot in it for the seamers or the spinners. 1 wicket for Taylor, 2 for Williams. Not a lot in it for the spinners. So the match summary in this first Royal London ODI. The West Indies in a reduced game of 42 overs, 204 for 9. England 210 for 3 in just 30 overs and 5 deliveries. Johnny Bairstow not out at 100. England win by 7 wickets.